I rounded up the whole group and took them downtown for questioning, along with half a pound of pimento loaf.
Tell me, though, about the dry-aged Harrison Ford ribeye.
Well, it looks good despite its age. Let me get some fiery purgatory. Hold on. Hello? Yes. May the power of the Bolsheviks last 1,000 years. Becky, did you pick up my dry cleaning? Come on, sugar, let me know. Suffice to say, bad men are so fresh from the garage, they still smell like antifreeze.
This is the Snaggletooth Rock and Roll Podcast.
How are we feeling?
We're back. I was watching Blaine Cook's channel again today since you said you were. It's just a winter thing for us for some reason to get
Hot pepper
into
drinks.
cocktail making. So, yeah, I was thusly inspired to check out some of his wicker bar stuff and get some good recipe ideas for drinks.
Speaking of drinks, this week's sponsor is Fiery Purgatory Soda. And yes, you have to say it like that. Sorry, go ahead.
You know, I feel like sometimes I live in a box when we went over my daughter's and she offered us mulled wine. I'm like, okay, I didn't understand.
Would you like mulled wine? And she said it so casually. I was like, mold?
Mulled wine.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not mulled wine, it's mulled.
And it turned out to be really cool.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about making it for our Christmas Eve drink because that ought to go well with last minute wrapping. But it's just you take a red wine and you add in some spices and some cinnamon and clove and kind of.
I don't like when you mess with the surefire winner. You start messing with the bacon. I don't like it. Red wine is pretty much perfect the way it is, but actually didn't mind it. Didn't mind it. It was a little bit more, little more hot. It's basically it tasted like Christmas.
It did. I definitely enjoyed it. It was definitely.
You need to call it something else, though. Want some mulled wine? Well, we have that. We left it upstairs by the bureau for 3 weeks when we got mulled wine.
May or may not have done that.
Yeah. Somebody likes to try to sneak the wine upstairs. Like when we go to bed, like she said, I'll drink this after he falls asleep. No, you're not.
I'll wake up in an hour.
And it sits up there and it turns into an environment of some kind, a biological environment.
I had to take care of that environment we had out back. By the way, I took care of that yesterday. We had left a beer glass out by the fire pit. Which
it's starting to be an environment.
Yeah, we haven't been out there in a while and it rained a few times. I think there was a frog in it. It was, I don't know.
Let me get some fiery purgatory. Hold on.
Yeah, so it was a good time had by all. We actually went out Thanksgiving Eve to my old employer.
Yes, we did.
Most people don't get that experience. Most if you leave an employer and it's not like a public place, they think you're weird if you show back up. But
well, in my profession, they have this crab feast every year where all the logistics people go. I wouldn't go there if my life depended on it now, but I used to go like every 5 years. And it's like for all the freight forwarders and the air freight people and all. And it's always like Marchman. And it's people I don't want to see ever again, like bad bosses and they're half crocked. It's just not fun for me. Last time I went, me and my brother ended up sitting at a table quietly together and talking, and then we went back to work. Talked about how much we didn't like our DHL rep. So anyway, but we went back to you were an alumni of your old restaurant, and we had a good time.
Yeah, we did, and they've really improved the place. In fact, I didn't think the outside bar was going to be open. They have 3 bars at this place, which is very smart, because as the owner always told me, the money is in the bar, it's not in the food. So they have
food's just an accoutrement.
It is. You make much bigger bang for your buck serving fancy cocktails and expensive draft beers. So
like Easter and a few other holidays when I was off and she wasn't, I would just go and just stay at the bar all day. She'd come see me every once in a while and I'd be like, here's to you. It's only 3 o'clock. I'll have another.
Yeah, it was 10 years of my life there. It was weird going back. Hardly, of course, because of restaurant turnover, hardly anyone that I remembered. Almost everyone was new, but that comes with the territory. It's always been that way there.
So there is a restaurant in Brooklyn that serves, I think there's a few restaurants like this. They serve entrees that are named after famous people. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Like the Perry Como Hero Sandwich, the Guy Lombardo platter, whatever. We found that really cool one in Los Angeles that has like the Shout at the Devil burger, the Motley Crue burger.
I wanted the Napalm Death Burger.
Yeah,
Oh, it had pickled jalapenos on it.
They have entrees like the D Snyder, the Ozzy Osbourne, etc. So I was just wondering what ordering is like in some of these places. Like, for example, like the customer says to the waiter, could I get the Johnny Depp beef stew? It comes in red wine sauce, I believe. The waiter says, would you like something to drink with that? Yeah, the amber lager looks good. And then the waiter says, I don't recommend the amber with the Depp at all. Could we get something for your wife?
Well, yes, I was looking at the pan-seared Kevin Hart.
And that's only available in short loin. Is that okay?
Well, tell me though about the dry-aged Harrison Ford ribeye.
Well, it looks good despite its age. I mean, I recommend it if you're feeling adventurous.
Oh, but it's too rich for my blood. I'll take the Tiger Woods prime rib.
All right, just to be clear, that's no longer served with Swedish potatoes. And then you have a third customer. Tell me about the Mel Gibson filet. It comes sauced in a whiskey glaze. I'll have it. Wait, is it available as a kosher meal? Give me a break. It is not a kosher meal.
This is the Snaggletooth Rock and Roll Podcast.